All right, so I'm gonna give you guys some help on how to practice the Golden Eagle solo for the trumpets. So first we're gonna start in the largo section. One of the things that you should always do is have a metronome going. In 3/4, and this is slow. So I would always suggest practicing with a metronome. Right now I'm using my cell phone to record this, so I'm not gonna use a metronome, but it's really good practice to have that going. And for me, I would have it be counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this the way it's written, but you can also, besides the low E in the second line, you can play this entire first 8 bars down an octave. So if you're struggling with the high notes, you can play it all down an octave. So I'm gonna play just through the first 8 bars and kind of give you an idea of what the style is, and you can go any tempo you want, but it should go at a slower tempo. Here we go. So this is as written. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, hit the right partial. 1, 2, 3. So notice, I only took a breath where the breath mark was. That's what it's asking us, but you could take more breaths if you have to. Notice I also was smooth, and it wasn't choppy. It wasn't bap, 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 because it actually says by the piano marking, dulce legato. Oh my gosh, dulce legato, meaning that they want you to play it sweetly and smooth and connected. So I'm gonna do that again. Also be aware that your B's on the center line are a natural, and then you've got that G sharp in the last 2 measures of that section, which is 2, 3, all right? So I'm gonna play that again, same thing as written, and I'm gonna play it one more time, but down the octave. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I messed up the E. It didn't come out. I don't know. It's early. Anyways, that's kind of how I would approach this. I'd take it slow. I'd break it apart. Now, if you are struggling playing the high notes, you can play this entire section down an octave with the exception of the E, the low E on the bottom line. So remember that fingerings would be slightly different. And I'm gonna play this down the octave now so you guys can hear what it would sound like. 1, 2, 3. So that would be down the octave. If you were to play this down an octave, honestly, if you go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6th measure where you have that low E on the bottom line, then you could take it back up to the A where it's more appropriate. So I'll play that one more time. And this time I'm gonna take everything down the octave, except for those last 2 measures where we go to the A and then the G sharp. 1, 2, 3. like that better. So I think if you're gonna take it down, do that. All right, so the next section has some higher notes. I would say if you're struggling with the E or the D, you can just take those notes down. So I'll do an example of what that sounds like in a minute, but let's do the second section. So this is the second part of the largo section. Watch out, you've got your G naturals now. There's an F sharp in the second measure of that. Then in the next measure, it goes to an F natural. So it switches back. You have a B flat in the third line in the second measure. And then a G sharp again. Then 2 measures from the end of the largo section, right before that TR, which means trill, you have a B natural. Now with the trill, you're going to go, basically a trill is when you go up a half step from the note you're at. So if I'm playing a B natural, I'm gonna trill up to a C. D. So how you would do that is you just play the B, and you just do that. And you only do it a couple times, it doesn't need to be crazy. So if I was playing the 2 measures at the end, it'd go. Again. And make sure when you're doing the trill, you go up to the note, play the note, then trill. And then you want to end on that note too. So you kind of go da 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 ya 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 da da. So you hold that note, then trill, hold the note again, and then go down. All right, let's do the second section. I'm gonna play it as written, nice and slow. I'm gonna breathe where it says to breathe, and I'm going to try and play the dynamics. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. It's like 7:30 in the morning, so I apologize. Let me try that again. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that interval. Here we go. E to G. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so some weird intervals. If I was you, I would just practice those jumps. So from the E to the G, like I was struggling with, just go E, G. And then the next one that's kind of weird is the D to the F natural. It's actually the same interval, but it's different notes. So just kind of getting those in your ear, so when you get to that point, it makes sense. Let's do it one more time, as written. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh my gosh, I played a C. I'm sorry, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So if you were going to take anything down, I would say you could take the high E down and then that D. So instead of going dee da, it'd go. So it would just go down instead. The rest of it I would leave up because it just sounds weird if you're going up and down. So I'll play it once with the lower version option. I'm just taking that E to the G natural. I'm taking it down, the E down, and then 2 measures later where it has that high D to the F natural, I'm taking that D and putting it down an octave. All right, here we go. 1, 2. Okay, so that's kind of how I would break this apart and work on it. That's just the largo section. I'll make another video for the allegro moderato section. All right, you guys got this.